I am Marcel Wanders. I'm a designer, and we are here in the Salone del Mobile, in the Mooi showroom. It is 2010. I'm 46 years old. We as designers, we are as much as we can be people. And I think sometimes we forgot that we are people. And I think this is our most important talent, to be personal, to be human, and therefore to be truly alive and give life to the content of our work. It's a bit abstract, but I think it's the answer to the question how we bring life into design. Some time ago I made a stamp, and it says against design fundamentalism. I think the whole world of design, all of us together, we are so near to each other. All our thinking is based on few very large dogmas, which not even one of us is doubting it. The very small details we differ in our opinions, we make them so important and so big so that we can all fight about it. Where in fact I think we are too critical to each other. Instead we should be more open to seeing each other's work and to learn and to learn from each other. I think tolerance is something you can give. It's not something you receive. It's something you can give. And I think is an area where we should learn a little bit more. Design can solve problems, and it does solve problems. It makes also new problems. Just by looking at things, they grow. Just by giving attention, things grow. So design obviously is a way to express your sense of direction for culture, for life, for solutions, and therefore it is a problem-solving activity or a problem-creating activity. Again, there where you look, growth will happen. For me, durability in products is essential, very essential. And I've always felt that if you make a new thing, you're kind of in a danger zone, because nothing grows old more fast than the new. And so I've been pushing a lot to create objects which don't feel so new. They feel perhaps like old acquaintances. You recognize them when you see them the first time. I do this in very different ways, and I think it's very important. I think this is a way, one way perhaps, to make a type of design which will, be an eternal friend. Not only be there, but be able to be loved also for eternity. I think the big crisis for design could be that instead of moving on and taking new responsibilities, we go back to the same routine over and over again. I think design is a creative field which creates objects and ideas, but also it should be a field which creates and reinvents itself. And I think we are on a good path, because I think design is moving in a new direction, and it is finding a new ground. But the big possible crisis would be to go back again to the same situation where we were 100 years ago. I think the most difficult thing in design, and the most important goal, I think, and for me as a person, is it to be truly honest. To be truly honest. We all have our ideas, we all have this idea that this is how the world is, but to truly believe that you're right and to truly follow the consequence of thought, this is difficult, because you will be completely alone, because you will know you have this idea which you share with no one, but I think is the only way. I mean, this is why at the end also it's beautiful to be a designer, because you are able, to set your own standards, to be completely honest and to follow that direction. I think design is a truly humane profession. It is something which really is something where our personalities are shared, are enlarged, are given to others, and therefore I think it's very important to be truly humane, to be personal. We live in a world where we are engineers, but nobody has to know. We are, of course, people who live in a commercial surrounding, but nobody has to know. We can all hide this, but we cannot hide our personalities. We cannot hide our ability to be human and to give this quality to the world. I think this will make us trustworthy. This will make work authentic. And I think this is why people will take it serious or not serious, but they will love it because it is, in fact, really something. If art is about love and theater is about love, if poetry is about love and most books are about love, why do we think that design is about functionality? I think all the predictions of the future have been failing because there are always more a kind of sharp eye on the present. So I will not try to do something which nobody did before in a good way, but I think if we look today and we really look to what is happening today with design, I think we can at least know not the future but the present. I think it's interesting the mood in which design is moving. It finds a more and more large audience because it is more and more something which entertains the mind and the heart. It is not anymore only an engineering profession, but it is truly an art, a creative logic. People go through design books and books of design not to buy sofas. They go there to be entertained, to understand who they are, to understand the culture and the movements in it. And I think this is what design is today. Perhaps in the future we will move in the same way. I don't know. Take a look at the word responsible, then it is built from the words to be able to respond. Are you able to respond to your surrounding? I think if you look to our culture and the people on the street today, to be responsible, is it to make a connection to your surrounding, to do something which reflects the now, humanity, and what is needed for them. Responsible. Are you able to respond to your surrounding? I think you can only prove to be responsible, therefore, if you see the response of others on your work. That's why I'm here. I look in the eyes of people and I see how they respond to me being responsible.